This mind shift completely changed my life to the point where I went from living in a shitty small town to now living in Miami. Just insane. If you ask me, you ever thought you were gonna live out there in Miami? Fuck no. Never. I never thought I'd live out here, but here we are. Now, point of this video is I'm trying to teach you exactly what helped me achieve more in a short period of time. And that's just a simple mindset shift. And if you apply this into your life now, and you actually take notes and you actually apply it, not just watch this video, actually apply it to your life and start practicing this shit right away, your life is going to change completely. So here's what I want you to do. Let's say, I'll give you an example. You hate your job, like most people. You're having a bad day at work. You don't want to do your work. You're complaining. You're saying to yourself, like, man, what am I doing with my life? This shit sucks. I'm a failure. You know, you start thinking negatively. You feel like shit, right? You hate it. Now, I want you to, that's fine, right? But I want you to go back in time to where you didn't have a job, to where you couldn't afford to eat, where you couldn't afford your personal needs, you couldn't afford to go out, you couldn't pay your bills. I want you to go back in time in your own mind. Go back to that time where you couldn't pay for shit and you were looking for a job, nobody was trying to hire you. Go back to that time in your own head. Go back to that time, and you'll realize that as soon as you go back to that time where you were broke as shit and you couldn't afford to eat, man, it's like something happens in your brain that makes you be more appreciative, that makes you appreciate the things that you have in life. It's gonna make you appreciate your job. Like, you might say, yeah, this job still sucks, but at least I got a job, right? At least I can afford to eat. At least I can afford to pay my bills. And that's the point. So it's a change of perspective. At the end of the day, that's all it is. All we're doing is, like, yes, this sucks, but I've been through worse shit. And it could be worse, right? But that's gonna make you appreciate your current situation. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because you appreciate your current situation don't mean that you should stay complacent, right? You should always try to achieve more. So if you're at a shitty job that you hate, well, maybe it's time to switch. Maybe it's time to look for another job. Maybe it's time to start a side hustle and or start a new career. The point I'm trying to make is change your mind, bro. Change your mind. If you're thinking negatively, just think about moments where you were doing worse in life, in your life. And I guarantee you, if you apply this to your life, it's gonna change completely.